Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me, I had something caught in my throat. But good morning. I want to thank you all again for joining in with me, for taking the time out of your busy scheduled day to listen to what an old kook has to say. Thank you for valuing and critiquing and offering suggestions and sending emails. Of course, I don't get a lot of emails, but when I do get emails, I try to choose from the best. And though I don't, most of them have content like you need to shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. And I thank those emails anyway. I need those emails. Those help me continue to fight and keep hope alive. But I'm gonna get right into it. I don't want to take up too much more of your morning. I had an uh, I had an email, and it was from a young man and a young woman, and mostly I believe it was mostly written by the lady, but I could tell it was some of the language was changing as if she was paraphrasing what her husband, boyfriend, whoever he was, significant other, what he was saying. And he was saying, and in the email, the topic I wanted to address is less is best. And a subtopic for this is silence is bliss. And so in this email, the young lady was writing, and she was stating that oftentimes her and her husband, when they get into it, they go days without speaking to one another, but they handle the responsibilities. And her response to one of my earlier podcasts about the young man who was with a young woman who would let certain things fall apart because she didn't want to, talk or communicate. And she was saying, that's not right. You still have a responsibility as an adult, as a woman, as his significant other. And so she was saying that less is best. Less is best. When you speak less and you just do more action, that's better than just doing more talking. Because all you sound like is a barking chihuahua at a beware a dog fence that has private property. And as soon as you kick the fence, the dog goes running. Rarely does a dog. Just to get off the topic of less is best, and get on the topic of territorial animals, and we're going to single out the dog. There were two dogs that I remember in my childhood the most. And these dogs I don't remember. The other dogs I don't remember quite well because those dogs were barkers. I was bitten by two different dogs, and one was a small dog and one was a big dog. And the reason why I remember these dogs the most is because they actually bit me. They didn't do a lot of barking. They ran up on me and bit me. One time I was young. I was real young. I was coming back from a basketball court, and I was running back home down the sidewalk, and it was fall. That's how I remember, because when I was running, I thought I was running so fast that the leaves were moving behind me. I thought I was kicking up that much dust. But in actuality, it was a dog who was running on the sidewalk behind me. But he wasn't saying anything. He was just running. And as I ran faster, he ran faster. And he was gaining on me. And he finally caught up to me and he bit me on my ankles. He bit me, and I tried to kick the dog off me and everything, screaming as I'm trying to kick the dog, get back, get back. And I'm kicking the dog, and the dog finally runs off after I gave him a good punt right in the middle of his gut. A second time I was over with my cousins, and I was at my uncle's house, and we were all riding bicycles. And I remember the same sound, like claws running across asphalt. It makes a specific sound, and you know that it's something with 4 feet because it's making that pattern, like, and it's coming down behind you pretty quick. And I turn around, and it's a nice big old brown golden retriever. I know what people are thinking. Golden retrievers don't chase people down and bite them. Yes, they do. It depends on what the dog is exposed to. Any dog is capable of doing those things. I didn't think this little small terrier dog would run down behind me and bite my ankle. And nor did I believe that this large golden retriever would run up on me and bite me in my thigh. But guess what? I got bit by both animals. So as in doing so, I'm riding a bike and I'm leaving, and we're riding together, and I start to pedal in the faster, and this dog comes up and he bites me right on the thigh. But I'm talking about, as far as getting on the topic of the dog, dogs that bark really don't bite, and dogs that bite really don't bark. And so back to less is best in the email. What this woman is talking about is do less talking and more action. Less talking and more action, and people can see you moving, they start to go about you a little bit differently. They don't know how to approach you. But if you're always the person that's talking and whatnot, you find yourself having issues. I was with my brother and my sister, and God bless them. we was doing some things, and one of the guys we ran up on, we were all together, we were just riding together, and one of the guys that we ran up on, he started talking as if, he was tough. He kept saying he's going to do this, and he's going to do this to this person if he ever catches up to him. And I'm listening to him like, yeah, sure, you can do all these things. I'm listening to him like, right. Because we all grew up together, and we know talking is one thing. Something else needs to be done if you really want people to believe you. And he's like, yeah. I said, I didn't say anything. My brother, he's my brother who's older. He was like, yeah. He was egging it on, and he was ready to go. And my sister was egging it on too, and I was ready to go. And when he left, and I just mentioned to him, I was like, I said, people who are really about that action, Jackson, they don't talk about it. I said, you don't know when it's coming. They just come up on you, and they don't talk. I said, this man right here talking. I said, he ain't gonna do. He's saying what he gonna do. If he really felt passionate about it, he would do it. He won't talk about it too much, because he don't want a person to become prepared. He wants to catch a person. The element of surprise is your best tactic when it comes down to warfare. But anyway, back to the email. Less is best. This is my opinion, and this is my advice. Shut up. Just shut up. If you ain't got. I know our grandmothers said these things. If you ain't got nothing good to say, shut up. All right? Don't say nothing at all. Shut up. Don't create more hostility when you're already in a negative situation. All that's unnecessary. Just be quiet and just get into the 3-point stance. Get into the triple threat. Do whatever you need to do. Get ready to get on the blocks, get on the starting blocks, and set your mark. Whenever it's time to tackle those things, you tackle it. But when it comes down to it, less is best. Stop running your mouth. Stop bumping your gums. If you're going to do something, do it. If you're not, shut up about it. Because all that talking is really going to land you in hot water, and especially in these cases of relationships. Because she wasn't trying to condemn the fact that they don't communicate. She was condemning no communication at all. There's a difference between not speaking and not speaking at all. Let me clarify the difference. This is not speaking or going into great elaboration. You exchange pleasantries. Good morning, good night, good night. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Boom. That's the basic formalities. That's all you really need. That gets you through the day. That is less is best. Not speaking at all is when a person says hello to you and you don't say anything back. You're creating hostility. Oh, well, what's wrong with them? You're implying that something is wrong. No, if you really knew what you was doing, and you really knew how to move in these fields, I'm not even gonna try to get too basic with you. If you really knew how to move in these fields, you will learn how to keep the target off of you. Keep other people watching the other hand, while the other hand that they're not watching is in your pocket or in their pocket or somewhere else, doing the work. Just keep them occupied. That talking and stuff. I really admire people who say they have the gift of gab. I'm like, right, you have the gift of talking. Who doesn't have the gift of gab? Everybody talks. All right. Some people after a while, some people are told they talk too much, or something is done to them that makes them want to be quiet, and they learn their lessons. And they know what they say about lessons. Lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten. Back to the email. I truly appreciate her perspective, and it's not that females can't have this perspective. A lot of women do have this perspective. A lot of men have this perspective, but it's not a great number that I wanted to see it at, and especially it's not a great number within certain subcultures and ethnicities. Usually, the more flashy people are the people who have so much to lose, because they think the public appearance is what people need and what people look for. I say, listen, if you want to be popular, you go ahead and do that. I want to be powerful. You don't be popular and powerful. That's those two things don't coexist, and it always spells disaster for somebody. I would rather be behind the scenes and be powerful than be in the scenes and be popular. Let me know what you think in the comment sections below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs down if you dislike the video. Just know, if you thumb it down, leave a comment so I can always improve content. I reply back to all commenters. I have no issue with that. And if I like your comment, I'll like it. And if I don't like it, you know I'll voice my opinion about it. That's how it's going down. I leave my email in the description box below. And you guys have a great day.